This is the CORSEE wireless 960 home surveillance system. Just took it out of the Amazon box and it comes in this slightly smaller but still large container. Inside it looks pretty well protected. Each one of these is your individual camera. Which has sufficient padding. There's your antenna jack right there. 3 points to mount, adjustable locking collar so you can angle this whichever way you want. And then of course your Ethernet plug and your power plug. I'll go into the rest of those here just a bit. Right here, looks like we got our quick start installation guide with this mini CD. This bubble protection wrap here for the actual hard drive compartment and the main unit. So that's protected pretty well for shipping, thank God, because FedEx can't ship very well. Here's the main unit right there. Once again, we have 8 cameras altogether in this kit. So we'll take these out. I'll do a quick insert if any of the cameras themselves are damaged, but if they're all in good shape, you don't need to see every single one of them. Alright, 2 more boxes left here. It's kind of like Christmas. That's my current home security system. Little dachshund. Does a pretty good job. He scares everyone away. Alright, so what we got here in this round of packaging is our power supply plugs. And that'll plug into your camera, then leads to an outlet. Got 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 of them here. Let's see what the last box will contain in it. The last box is gonna have our fancy little remote. The antenna for your cameras. I'm assuming that's the second antenna for the camera. Small laser pointer mouse. Wonderful little fittings. Here's an Ethernet cable, probably to connect from your modem straight to the your router. This is the larger plug. This is to power the base, and then there's number 7 and number 8 power cords. Not sure what these 2 things are yet, but I'll get into them further in my review. So that's it. That's the whole kit and caboodle at the moment. We'll get into more detail here in a minute. Alright, here's a video of what the cameras look like installed. I don't have all of them installed, so you can see I've got 2, 3 of them right there that are not connected at the moment, so it's showing a blank screen for them. Now what you can do, if you want to say this one, you're going to move it there, you can put it up to the big screen mode. If you just want to see one screen, double click with your mouse and it'll go to one screen. Double click again and it'll bring it back. Now if you right click with the mouse, you get down to the options menu here. And enter in the password, but get to the options here. This is where you can set everything up. You can manage videos you've recorded. You can create a backup through a USB that hooks in the back. System setup, system mode, tons of controls in here. This is how you connect it up to your internet. Yeah, all kinds of different options in here. I'll just kind of skim through, let you see what all is available there. Channel setup, you can set up each channel individually with tons of different options. You can also use different cameras too, which give you more features. There's your weekly schedule. You can set cameras up to record through a time period, through motion detection, or through alarm notification. Network setup, and system administration. And then to get out of that screen, just right click with the mouse. Now if you see up here at the top, it shows you the signal strength of your wireless cameras, and the clock means that it's on a time setting right now. If it was on motion setting or manual record, you also have that option as well. Manual record is this bottom setting right there. You can do that and just manually record if you want to. Mine's just set to record 24/7. Cameras themselves are really easy to install. See those three lights right there? That's for when you go to night vision. Just cover that up. See them turn on. So at night you will see those three little red dots, but it's not annoying. They're not super bright or anything. So you have your antenna that screws in here. You can adjust it to whatever position you want. This has a locking collar, so you can adjust the camera to go in whatever position you need it to. You can also rotate that camera back and forth. So you can really mount this just about anywhere you want. It's got 3 screw holes to mount it. On the bottom there's actually a channel for your cable to run through, so make sure when you mount it you have that cable going through that hole. That way it mounts nice and flush. Now on the connection side, it's real simple. This is your Ethernet cable. If you choose to wire it up using Ethernet cables, you can do that, but that's what the wireless feature is for, so you don't have to do that. They all come with these waterproof plugs, but it is there as a backup for you. And then this is the power cable that runs to it. So all you got to do to connect this up, hook this power cord up to it, plug it into a wall outlet, and then this will automatically pick up on the home system. Now, one of the things about this is each camera is specifically assigned to a camera position on the screen. So when you connect it, I would suggest connecting them all to a power source first, one at a time, and seeing which camera goes to which screen position, because I have not figured out a way to realign those cameras or reassign the cameras to the position on the screen that I want as a permanent position. I mean, you can click and drag them, but when you go to reset it, they'll all pop back the way they originally were. So that might be something to look at later on. But as for now, I would just mark the cameras, 1 through 8, because there's the remote. It's got a couple different features on it. It's got the power button. You can choose which camera you want to go to. If you got cameras that have moving abilities, you could probably use that to adjust them. My cameras do not have the motor controls in them. They're just the basic cameras, but I'm really impressed with the quality of them. Probably don't think I'll buy any other kind of cameras for it. They work really well, and one of the things about it, this does require batteries. You need to get 2 AAA batteries for this remote. They are not included in it. Also, this is the LAN cable they give you. It's probably about 2 feet long. I particularly don't like to have my hard drive that close to my computer, so I did buy an extra LAN cable. It's a longer LAN cable, or Ethernet cable, that you can use to wire your hard drive up to your internet. Just depends on how far you want to have it from your modem. I actually have mine in another room near my computer, so I'm branching off of my computer's LAN cable and connecting to it, so I didn't want it real close to my computer, so that's why I got a longer cable. But it does come with the LAN cable, so really the only thing you need to get for it is 2 AAA batteries, and then the rest of the system is pretty complete. Now this disc, according to the instruction manual, says that it's supposed to have applications or something on it. When I put it in the computer, it was actually just blank. So I'm going to contact the manufacturer, find out if it was actually supposed to have something on it or not. But according to the instruction manual, it was supposed to have something on it, like the app or something like that. The computer, the program itself on the hard drive for this, I already had everything installed on it. So when I started it up, it was real easy. Even had a QR code you can click on, and it'll show up on your monitor, and you use your phone, scan the QR code, and you can get the app. But, I mean, the app's easy to find in the App Store as well. And one of the last things I wanted to cover here was this. You get 2 of these. When I first saw it in the packaging, I wasn't really sure what it was for. I thought it connected to the modem itself, but the main station itself, the NVR as they call it. And this is actually a extender antenna that goes to the camera itself. So if you got a camera that you gotta push pretty far away from your house or from your main unit, then you may need to use this. But I've got mine set up 1 on each corner of the house, and I've only lost 1 bar of strength, so I think I'm just going to hold off on putting this on. It is a magnetic base, so that'll work out really good for you. Wherever you're mounting it, you can usually stick it onto something metal nearby. But even if not, you can. It's a good space right there. You can put some 3M tape on it and stick it up, or you can just have it laying down. Doesn't really matter. It's going to extend it pretty far. The cable is actually pretty long, so I mean, you can move this pretty far away from the camera and still have it do a great job of reception. Not exactly sure how far it's going to go. Like I said, one more thing I wanted to touch on. You'll get 2 of these in your package. I wasn't sure exactly what they were when I first got them, but I realized they're for hardwire connection, waterproofing. So if you wanted to, say, connect this to hardwire and run it through, you're going to want to, there's a certain order this will have to go in, so it's kind of a pain. But here, let me. So you'll slide that ring on first, and take the little red band, put it through the cable next, Sorry, I'll show this as soon as I get it all done. Okay, so going to the camera. First you'll put the cap on, little red band, white band, and then last you'll put this one on. Hang on 1 second. Alright, because this one's got this little tab, it made it a little more difficult. Alright, so essentially you got these in that line from the jack. The large one, this one's got a slit on it so you could slide it over. But you'll need to get this rubber band on and that. In order of putting them on, that first, then that, then this, then this. Then you'll connect it into your camera. Like so. And this will slide on there. Well, we ran into a little bit of a problem. This will slide in normally and screw it, thread in there, giving you a waterproof seal. So if this is an outside camera and you got your hard wire running outside in the elements, that will waterproof it. We ran into a little bit of a problem though. This gasket won't push in all the way because, well, heck, if I can pull it out here, you can see the butt end of that sleeve is coming up into that area. So you got two options here. One, you could trim out this little washer a little bit to compensate for that. You really don't need that full length, but it's up to you if you want to trim that out or not. Or when you're doing these cables, you can leave these sleeves off when you actually crimp them down, which is probably the recommended idea. Now, if you don't know how to make your own Ethernet cables, then I would suggest you either look for ones, well, you're probably not going to find ones without these sleeves on them because they protect the wires in the back. So, for professional installation, you can use these, but honestly, when I go to drill mine, I'm going to put them up coming down from the ceiling for my outdoor cameras. So that's not going to be an issue for me because my wires will not be exposed. All you'll see is this base of the camera right here. This wire won't be exposed at all. It's going to go up into the ceiling, run through my attic, and of course I'm going to wire up outlets near every location that I need to. The power cords for these are probably about 10 feet long, so they've got a good range if you need to put them near an outlet